everybody, welcome back to my channel.
Back up on my bullshit, back up on the scene. Done dealing with you, don't know how to deal with me. Done fucking with you, don't know how to love me. Done dealing with you, so.
If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jalea and I am a third year veterinary student at Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine. If you don't know who I am, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about the things that you need to conquer your first 2 to 3 years of vet school. I say 2 to 3 because every single school is different. My school, you probably would need these for 3 years, but it varies. Some of the stuff you can use even all 4 years, so it just really depends. Let's go ahead and get into this video. As y'all know, I got my notes now. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know I got my notes so I can stay on topic. I'm gonna say this disclaimer. These are things that worked for me. You may not like these things. They may not be your style. They may not be, what you need. Tailor this video to you. Whatever you need, based on the things I say, go for it. If not, take it with a grain of salt. The first thing I have on my list, which is actually super important, I literally went looking for it today because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't use it my first 2 years, and I should have, because now that I'm done with anatomy, I don't really need it anymore per se, but I'm gonna still use it as a source of NAVLE prep and as a source for 4th year and even this year for clinics, is this book right here. The Veterinary Coloring Book, y'all. This thing is amazing. Literally, it has so many different pages. I really wish I colored a lot of it, but I didn't. A lot of the things that I looked at in here are exactly the same things that we covered my first 2 years of school. I really wish I paid attention to it. I really wish I had actually used it, because this would have been a great way and a fun way to kind of help me study for anatomy and not make it so stressful on myself. It also, this one in specific, this is a 2nd edition. It also has exotics in here, so it talks about rabbits and iguanas, which is also really cool. So if you're like me, if you're a mixed track girly and you love exotics, this might be a good book for you. It even has like the rabbit reproductive system in addition to the iguana reproductive system and like anatomy and all that good stuff. So this is super fun. In addition to that, something I also could have used for anatomy but didn't use is, where's the front of it, these anatomy flashcards. These flashcards are very in-depth. I will say they have different categories for the forelimb, the hind limb. They have things about exotics in here again. And these two kind of came as a combo deal. I got this from one of my old coworkers who wasn't using them, which is super freaking cool. Like, I really wish I had used half of this stuff, y'all. I didn't. So I'm going to teach you guys to be better than me. Those are the first 2 things on my list that will be really helpful, is specifically for anatomy, because these are anatomy related books, but they are awesome. The next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of just having a laptop, iPad, or I'm going to talk about a Surface Pro. Me personally, I have an iPad and I have a MacBook. I'll show you my MacBook. I have a MacBook. I think personally, I'm actually recording on my iPad, so I can't show you that right now, but I'll put a clip in of my iPad and how I use it. I personally believe that, I love Apple, okay? And I'm not saying this in a bad way. Apple is not the only device in the world. I have a lot of classmates that actually use Surface Pros and really love them because it's a dual-in-one tablet and laptop, which is really cool. One of my old pod mates, she swears by her Surface Pro, and I honestly feel like her notes are a lot more like cohesive and more in the same place, as opposed to me, where I may have some on my iPad and may not have it on my laptop. I think that's the cool part about having a Surface Pro. In addition to that, I also have a keyboard for my iPad. So if I don't ever want to type on my laptop, because I can connect my laptop to my iPad, I have a keyboard separately that connects to my iPad where I can type notes on there, and I can actually do without a laptop. The next thing on my list is to talk about GoodNotes and Notability. Notability is super duper cool. I didn't use Notability. I have GoodNotes, so I swear by GoodNotes, and GoodNotes is really great, especially because the full version of it is only $10 and it lasts you for, I think, a year. I think the same is similar to with Notability. I'm not sure. I will say a lot of my classmates do use Notability and they don't have a problem with storage. They're like, literally, one of my classmates has every single unit we've ever done on her Notability. My GoodNotes, it doesn't handle it that well. I don't know if my iPad is just like a lesser storage thing or something, but her devices can handle it. Mine want to crap out on me every time. Keep that in mind when you're looking for like a note-taking app. Think about Notability, or think about, good notes. Those are my top two. If you like to type your notes, you have Google Docs, and you can use Word doc. You can use whatever you want if you type your notes. It doesn't work for me. Next thing on my list is an absolute must-have is my stethoscope case. I got this from Amazon, y'all. I think it was like maybe 10 bucks. Like, it was really not super expensive. The cool thing about it is this one actually doesn't have organization in it. So if you're gonna get one, I will get one that has organization. Some of my classmates, again, they have the ones with the organization in it. It has a thermometer holder, like a pen holder, and inside of my stethoscope case, I have my stethoscope, my thermometer, a Sharpie, a pen, and some of my old evaluations from surgery. But I also have thermometer probe covers in here too. So, you know, you want organization in it because this is going to be like your holy grail when you're on clinics or when you're dealing with clients. Even when you're just going to lab and you have live animal labs, you're going to need a stethoscope case. And you don't want to keep like misplacing your stethoscope. I had an issue where I had two stethoscopes. I actually broke one because I didn't have it in a case and I had it in my bag and it broke. So I recommend, if you're going to have a stethoscope, especially a good Littman one like most of us have, get a stethoscope case to protect your stethoscope with like it's the last thing on earth because they break. The next thing on my list that I had that's super duper important for you guys is scrub caps. I personally, we had surgery lab and I noticed all my classmates had these really cute scrub caps. And I honestly was like, why don't I have a cute scrub cap? I want a cute scrub cap too. So I decided to get on Etsy, of course. And Etsy is not cheap, I will say. I paid like maybe 30 bucks for 3. So keep that in mind. But you guys cannot tell me this is not cute. This is a doggy dating profiles. Look at this. Oh my God, I am obsessed. I haven't worn this one yet. I've only worn one of my 3. But y'all, and this literally fits my head. Do you see this? And you guys can read them. Like, they're really cute. This one says, enjoys long walks on the beach. Tell me that's not the cutest thing ever. Where's the husky? That's my favorite one. Exercises, but still a little husky. You cannot tell me I'm not eating the girls down when I put this on my head. It also has a drawstring in the back of it. So if you want to ever tighten it, you can tighten it in the back, which is super duper cool. And these will be used for like surgery if you're actually in surgery. Even if you're shadowing a doctor, you can put these on just to keep your hair covered. And of course, obviously your bun would be inside of it just to protect your head from dropping excess hairs in a sterile field. The other one I also got this from Etsy, is an otter one, which is really cute. And my last one that I have, and this is the one I actually did wear, so it's a little crunchy because it came out the dryer. All my exotic baddies, look at this, y'all. Please tell me there's not every single bird. It's not, but let's pretend there's every single exotic bird known to man on this cap. Do you see this? We got parakeets, we got cockatoos, we got African blue ring birds. I'm still working on my birds, y'all. And this one really fit my head. I think you guys might have seen this in one of my clips. I'll put the clip in if you didn't. But it fit my head really, really well for surgery, and it covered my whole, I think I might have had a bun too, like this. But it was like twist. But still, these scrub caps, I will say they fit Black girl friendly hair. Some of the ones we have in like the clinical skills lab, or the ones even that they give us during surgery, do not fit my head, especially if I have hair. Like if I have a puff, I look crazy. I think finding like, you know, cute, but you know, natural girl, curly girl, Black girl friendly hair caps is important. My next thing that I want to talk about is getting comfortable scrubs. Okay, so if I didn't already say this, this video is not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored by nobody. If you guys want to sponsor me though, let a girl know. I just think you should find scrubs that make you feel comfortable. Scrubs you can wear that don't move a lot, aren't super baggy, that make you feel like you're not like tight in your clothes, but that you're comfortable. You know what I mean? I would recommend to have multiple pairs of scrubs. I'm actually going through this dilemma right now where I have to buy new scrubs because I'm going on clinics in a couple weeks. And I only have like 3 or 4 pairs of scrubs, like a nice set. So now I need to buy more sets of scrubs. So I would recommend you guys to buy a good amount of scrubs early, maybe at least a week's worth of scrubs, to have them just in case you actually have a week where you're doing something. In addition to that, I'm going to recommend some comfy shoes. I recently bought these from Plato's Closet, so they're a little dusty, dirty. And I've been walking in them, so keep that in mind. But these are Hoka's. I learned about Hoka's when I came down here because I've never heard of Hoka's before. But my friends have put me on, and these shoes are so comfortable. Oh my gosh. I stood in surgery for like 5 hours. I think was I anesthetist? Maybe, I don't know. I was probably sitting, but still, I still was in surgery in these, and I was on my feet all day. And my feet did not hurt. I will wear my Crocs and any other shoe, my Converses, my foam runners, and sometimes my feet literally will hurt. These shoes, I do not have that problem. My feet are so comfortable. So these are shoes I'm probably going to be wearing on clinics, and that I will continue to be wearing throughout probably the rest of my life because they're so comfortable. I'm also going to recommend getting compression socks, because when you're standing or sitting for long periods of time, you know, you want your legs to be able to pump blood normally. And I know people are thinking like, oh my God, compression socks are for old people. They're not, actually. A lot of healthcare professionals wear compression socks because it helps keep circulating the blood flow to your legs if you're not using them actively. So I would recommend to have compression socks. They're a plus or minus kind of thing. You don't have to have them. But if you're going to be on your feet all day, or you're going to be sitting all day for long periods of time, especially in your first year of vet school, wink, 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 you'll be sitting forever in a decade, I recommend to get you some compression socks. The next thing that I'm going to recommend is a lab coat. I got my lab coats from Amazon, and actually, I think Virginia, Maryland required us to order lab coats ahead of time. I don't know if they're going to continue to require that, because I believe the year that just came in, my second year babies now, they're second years, but they had their lab coats given to them, I believe. So I don't know if they're going to have you required to have it, but it doesn't hurt to have a lab coat lying around. You never know when you'll need one. You never know if you go on into a club or go to a necropsy round and you need a lab coat and you just have one in the back of your car. I do have a lab coat in my car, because you just don't know when you're going to need a lab coat. Like, I've left my lab coats at home and I'm like, dang, I ain't got no lab coat. I got lab stay at 1 o'clock. And I just have one in my trunk, and that's my spare one. And I put it back in my trunk when I'm done with it. So keep that in mind. Have multiple lab coats if you can. So that way you're not like, dang, where's my lab coat? Like, you have extra. Next thing on my list is probably my favorite in the whole world, y'all. I'm working on getting some more colors because this is how much I love this item. This is my bog bag. Hold on, it's the wrong one. Let me show you the bog part. This is my bog bag. I have the biggest one. Like, this is the one that you take to the beach. But I love my bog bag, guys. I want to get a smaller one because this one is a little too big for me. This is, like I said, it's like I'm going to the beach. It's a big bag. It's great for travel, or it's great for just taking anywhere. You can honestly just clean it out. It's plastic. Like, I've spilled water in here. I'll spill juice in here. I just wipe it out, keep it moving because it's all plastic. It also came with these little like clear pouches inside of it. Sorry, I got stuff in it, but it came with these clear pouches. These clear pouches are so helpful because, one, I can see what I have in this bag, and two, they hold anything super small that I can't fit, like, you know, in the bag without it moving around and stuff. So I really, really, really love this bog bag, guys. This is the mauve pink color, I believe. And this bag also retails for like this big one. If you want a big one like this, it's like 90 bucks. So keep that in mind too. They have smaller ones that cannot be so massive and that can hold a little bit less, for like maybe $60. So it's an investment bag. I love it. They also have little gibbets that I have yet to get, and a cup holder as well. The next thing on my list is, you guys have seen my water bottle. This is nothing new, but I'm going to put it in here. One, because it's cute, and two, because this is what keeps me motivated. Yes, I know, my water bottle. My water bottle has all these stickers. Ow. My water bottle has all these stickers on it, and this kind of reminds me why I am a vet student, and it kind of helps me keep going when I'm having a hard day. Like, looking at this, knowing that I walk around, I'm just like, I'm so serious. This thing, like, reading these things and remembering that, like, spay and neuter your freaking pets. And it doesn't say freaking, but you know what I mean. It's not Banfield hair, it's confetti. Duh. Come on. Then I have the turtle, because the turtle's just cute, and he brought some color to my bottle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a very black and white girly. Veg. We love veg. Veterinary Imaging Club in Virginia, Maryland. Country Critter. You know, I love my water bottle, y'all. And it makes drinking water a lot more fun, because this is literally like my personality. I'm working on a second bottle, actually, because I don't have any more room on this one. So I'm working on a second bottle. But this is just my personality in a bottle, and it really does keep me going when I'm having hard days. The next thing on my list is something that isn't really vet school related, but I think everybody should have something like this. This is my Nintendo Switch case. My bestie just got me the case for my birthday. It's not, tell me this is not eating I'm gonna just leave it there. But I have a Nintendo Switch, and this is how I pass time. So I'm showing you this to implement that you need to have some kind of stress reliever item in your life to eliminate a long day in vet school. What is vet school? I don't know. We don't need to know that sometimes. Sometimes we need to forget. And I forget with my Switch. Okay? I play Animal Crossing. I do what I need to do. I get her done. I play it before I go to bed. I check on my Animal Crossing. I make sure I, fish a little bit. A little runny run, little scatter. And this is a great way to help me pass time. In addition to that, I'm also reading books. I've been reading books for a while. I just kind of started getting back into that, but that's also a really great pastime. So whether it be books, a Nintendo Switch, a coloring book that is not vet school related, something to help you relieve your stress after a long day of school, of exams, of clinics, of something. The next thing on my list is a good pair of headphones. And I say that because when you're studying, and sometimes you're around people that like to talk, sometimes you can't get completely dead silent like I need it to be. Sometimes it's just access noise, right? So this is where you can use your AirPods. I personally, at least I think it's certain generations. I don't know what generation I have AirPods, but they're old. And regardless, I need noise cancellation because I don't want to hear nothing nobody has to say if it's not related to what we're talking about. So I have these Beats. I don't really know what they're called. I don't know if it's like the Studio or something. I'm not sure. But these are my Beats. These Beats work really well. One, because they're noise cancellation. And two, because they've lasted me almost 2 years now. These Beats are great. I use them all the time, even outside of school, but even during in school, they're great to have. The next headphone on my list is probably the AirPod Maxes because I really like them. But I'm not paying $500 for no AirPod Maxes. It don't give that in my bank account right now. These might have cost me, at the time I got them on like an Amazon promo, so I'm not sure how much they cost, but I want to say they shouldn't be more than like $70. And 70 is probably pushing. I think I paid less than 70 for these headphones, and they have great charge. The next thing on my list is actually something I've recently been working on, is my veterinary portfolio. So I've been working really hard to set that up, and if you don't know what a veterinary portfolio is, I'm going to kind of explain it to you a little bit. They're kind of new, and when I say kind of new, like nobody really has them because we don't make hard copy things anymore. We're a technology-based generation. However, I always recommend to my pre-vet babies and to my high school babies, I think it's really important to have a portfolio because how else are you going to keep track of your time, of what you did, of how long you've done it, XYZ, right? So when you're applying to vet school, you have to know all these things. You have to know how many hours you have and how many experiences you have. Did I like it? Did I not like it? So I think it's important to start creating your portfolio and just having a record of what you've done, having like a printout document of where you typed out about how the experience went. Would you contact this person again? Do you like this experience? And put it in like a binder or something with those little silicone slots where you can swipe, like, have tabs and swipe through. Make it cute, like make it fun. Document your veterinary journey, whether it be like on Instagram like I do, or you can, like I said, have a hard copy portfolio. Even keeping a list of references for contact points is really important. You never know who you're gonna have to call when you're actually a doctor. The last thing I have on my list is a journal, and I haven't actually written this journal yet. This journal is honestly just blank paper. However, I say get a journal because if there's important information, if you go to a club event or you go to, if you shadow somebody for a day, whatever it is, right? You want to have a little cute journal that you love, and I'm eventually going to put stickers on here, y'all. I'm a sticker girl. I'm going to end up putting stickers all over this. It's going to be my veterinary journal. I'm going to take it to clinics in a couple weeks when I go to Florida for my exotics externship. But this is something I'm going to be using. I'm going to have previous like written notes in here I'm going to write before I leave to kind of help me reference, okay, if I'm seeing a snake today, here are the normal reference ranges for a snake. Like just having the information handy on something you can grab and just keep with you at all times. You can even make it smaller than this. I think this might be even kind of big to just kind of keep in your like scrub pocket. This might be a little big for that. But still, just to go back down, and even after your shadow a veterinarian, write down all the stuff you saw, the cool stuff you saw, the questions you have. Go back to them and be like, hey, I wrote this down. I had this question. Like, can you answer this for me? That's going to show them, one, that you're not only interested, but you really are passionate about veterinary medicine. You really want to learn, and you're really there for an experience. So keep that in mind when you guys are looking for things to kind of have with you, and kind of how to not impress your, the person you're shadowing, but people like to see effort. So showing them that you care and that you're excited and that you want to be here, that you're like, yes, I want to learn, is going to make everything a lot easier for you. That's really everything, y'all. I don't know if that was 10 things. It probably wasn't, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel, y'all. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're so close. Y'all really bang with me for real, and I love y'all for that, okay? So big love to you guys, to all my supporters. I love y'all 100 times over. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.